of an admission, a confession that someone did something, that's an opportunity for the trial for the gruesome death and dismemberment of 19-year-old Sade Robinson. We're going to take you through the timeline of events as they happened.
Well, I heard about the story of Sade Robinson, and I've watched some of it, but I do think her killer was probably a very nice man. Like a lot of white men. A lot of white men who murder their black girlfriends or wives are perfectly nice. Believe it or not. They are. They are decent people in this world. It's just that they felt threatened when they were dating a black woman. And so I believe he's probably a decent person. He doesn't even seem scary at all. And she was a threat for him. And to be totally honest, when black women date white men, there's a crazy amount of black women who date white men. And when they date white men, those are the kind of black women that are obsessed with mixed race children, and they will not stop until they have a mixed race child. That in no way does that mean that she is mother material. She's not even, a lot of times I think they're not mom material. They're just simply obsessed with mixed race children. And as soon as they get a chance to have a mixed race child, they will make sure every day of their lives they are living in hell. They'll make sure that those kids are constantly living in a hell on earth. And I think kids are a lot happier when they have a white mom and a black dad. That's when you have a white mom and a black dad, you're on top of the world. You have to be. You have to be smiling all day long, and permission to have confidence, permission to do anything you want, permission to be you, permission to live, like a happy life that's fulfilling by your own standards. But when black moms have kids, mixed race kids, they want to live life through the kid. They want to take your own life and become you. They're creepy. They're a threat, for sure. They're a threat. They will make you miserable every day of your life. They will. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane the way that they treat their own kids. And white moms, when they have mixed race children, those kids are more like an accessory to them. You would rather be an accessory than a footing, than a foundational support. And when a black mom has mixed race kids, you're her footing in this world. You're her foundational support. You're her husband. You're her husband. You're every damn thing, and it's exhausting. And you don't want to be that. And that's a threat. It's a threat to your health. It's a threat to your whole entire being on this earth. And that's what they are every single time. And when I see a black mom with a white man with mixed race kids, I feel sorry for those kids, because you can look at those kids, and kids have genuine emotions, and you can tell by their face and their body language and everything that they hate having a black mom. And I can tell, usually 9 times out of 10, mixed race kids love having a white mom, because they genuinely, their eyes light up, their eyes glitter, their eyes sparkle, and they're happy. Like, this is a woman who doesn't need you as a foundational support, who doesn't need you as a footing in the world, like.
As far as we know, the terrifying impact on young single women in Milwaukee, and we're going to have a special guest who will take us through the key issues that we can expect in next week's trial that is certain.
To even go back to your point, it came together in the
And I'm just
and so
fast forwarding here
devastating
because I'm
dealing
not
with
gonna
that.
watch the whole
Have
thing
Max
here.
Winter.
But I watched. Wait, this is different.
different
from
witnesses.
What I saw. This is like a news story. I saw
This is the part of the podcast where we
documentary
get a little more casual and have a little fun by answering.
And the documentary is really interesting, and we don't need that. We don't need that on this earth. We do not need a black mom who's totally 1,000% obsessed with mixed race children. And then once you're born, she makes your life, every day of your life, a living hell. And she can even make you feel suicidal many times. White moms, they never do that. That almost never. I'm not saying it never happens. It's very rare. I've seen way more happy mixed race kids with white moms, because white moms have their own happiness, have their own self-esteem, and you're not, when you're beautiful, you're usually a beautiful mixed race kid, true. When you're beautiful with a white mom, she's got her own self-esteem. When you're beautiful with a black mom, she's got no self-esteem at all, and your presence and your beauty is a threat to her happiness. And she's pathetic, you know? She's a threat. And most mixed race kids, most kids will never remove that threat. It's more rare that they remove a threat from this earth. Yeah, it's super rare that they would kill a mom. But there's going to be white men who are not afraid to remove a threat, you know? And if they don't feel afraid to remove a threat, then so be it. Because you have no idea. And then there's a lot of white people, there's a group of white people who don't understand, because the white people that say things like, oh, I love black people. Those are the white people who've never had a fucking black person in their life ever. They've never had a black friend. They've never had to be around black people at all. And then they say, I love black people. Like, well, it's not even valid coming from them. If you're gonna have a actual opinion, you need to actually have been around black people long enough to understand, or be miserable around them, or hate how they treat you and make you feel, and they're exhausting. They love drama. You don't know how it is to be around black people to say you love black people. But they always do that, and I cannot stand that. Like, they do it. I've seen it all the time. It's ridiculous. And I'm gonna find it right now. Sade Robinson, the documentary. And then you see these stories, and the white people who feel something for it, they're like, oh, I would never want something like that to happen to anybody. Yeah, because you don't know black people in your personal life, and you never had to be around black people for a long time. Ever. In your whole fucking life, you've never had to. Yeah, you're lucky. You know, you like black people because you don't know black people. You know what I mean?
Obviously
And
upset.
This is
But
ridiculous.
Sade's family
how,
hoped that this was a mistake, and Sade would be found alive.
and the main
well.
people who are going to
The
sympathize
officer
with this
asked
story
Adriana
are
to
going to
share
probably be
Sade's
white
cell phone
people
location
who've had
from her
zero
Life
black
360
friends
app.
and zero black
What is Life
people
360?
in their personal lives, who haven't known a black person like ever.
Through the FaceTime, she just looks.
The app shows
Right, let's take him into custody.
And when you've known black people for a long time, for over years, friends and whatever,
what comes to mind.
it's easy for you to let one black woman go missing. Bye. You know, it's easy to not sympathize with her.
On
A suspicious death investigation underway following a group